Welcome back. It's Dawn with For Grace Creations. And today I thought I would bring you along with me as I take our very neutral masterboard that we made with our circles and glued down and show you something you can do with it. Before we do that, though, we need our Bible verse of the day, which is Numbers 13:25. And if you notice, I need your help again. Grab your Bible and in the comments, type out the verse. That way we can all read it. Yay! Thank you guys. Okay, so what have I done? Well, in the last video that I will attempt to remember to link in the description box, we took and we cut out of book pages just some circles, and then we glued them down to some just regular thin Amazon packaging paper. And then what did I do here? How did I get this weirdness? Well, I grabbed some Distress Oxide spray in walnut stain, and I sprayed it a little bit on here, and I let it dry. But it's still a little too plain, in my opinion. Now, I thought, ooh, we could go the grungy route. Maybe that would work. But then I kind of thought, ooh, we also could do something kind of maybe with, that's cracked pistachio. I want salvaged patina. Here it is. I thought, oh, let's play with this. I had an idea. Let's see if we can get some sort of a resist going on with some of this coarse molding paste. I really don't know if this is going to work. So I figured, well, this is kind of like an experiment, and I'm just bringing you along. So coarse molding paste, and then we need a stencil, and I'm just looking at what I've got sitting here. Maybe we'll do this. It is Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous, and I'm not sure what to show you other than that. And what I am going to do is just get a wad of this molding paste. And you could use, I think Tim Holtz does make a texture paste. You could use that as well. The only texture paste I have right now, other than this, actually has glitter in it. So I don't want to use that. Now, if we were going to use this as a journal cover, then we have to think about what's going to be the front. So we kind of fold it over here, and it's way too tall. I would not do a journal this tall, but I'm going to work with it like this anyway. And I folded it in half, kind of, just to give myself the approximate of what it will be. And I'm going to hold this down with my hand. Any stencil would work, and just kind of rub some of this paste on there. Oh, and get it all over my hands as well. And maybe up here a little, and right there. I'm not doing the whole thing. And then I'll come over here and turn it around, kind of like that, and get some more, and just rub this on there. And again, I'm not getting perfection. Some of it's going to be thicker than other. Some of it's going to be going a different direction. That is totally fine with me, but let's get this the right way, Dawn. Now, if I look, we do have some missing spots. So I'm going to just hold some of this down and put a little there. And then maybe a little right here. And some on the corner. Now this, I would say, go wash it. go rinse it off because you don't want texture paste or molding paste to dry on your stencil. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of water and I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm just going to spray this to kind of keep it damp until I have a minute to go wash it. I'm hoping that works. Now this, you'd think, okay, now we need to let this dry so we can do the back. No. Now we're going to come in with this and see if we can get a resist. I don't know if we will or not, but maybe bare minimum, it'll soak down into that. I don't know. I have no idea. So we'll start here at the top and kind of give it a little spray in a few areas. And I don't know that it's gonna run at all. And I don't know if we should spray it with water. You know, let's give it a little more. Why not? And, you know, I'm gonna spray it with water. We're gonna have a really wet surface here, but I wanna see what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna let it run. Can you see it running? And then maybe we'll turn it this way and let it run that way. And then down this way. Okay, now, of course, we need to let that dry. All right, it is fairly dry. I did take my heat gun to it a little bit, but looking at this, I actually decided I want to make 2 smaller journals out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down the middle. All right, I cut it in half and this is what we've got. And I thought I would show you a little closer what happened. So see here, I turned on another light to see if you could see it, but okay, here, do you see how brown is coming up? So it actually pulled the brown distress oxide from underneath it up. So it changed the whole look of it, which I find it very interesting. However, I also noticed that some of this is, well, a little plain. Do you see what I'm saying? Would you agree with me that, you know, the edges need a little something? So here's what I thought. Let's grab some gathered twigs and a doohickey. Why has this escaped my mind? You know, doohickey. Oh my gosh. Help! What's this called? Anyway, I know that you're going to help me out, so I won't worry about what it's called. Dauber! All right, I'm going to get some of the edges with gathered twigs. Okay, we've got that. And then maybe just come in here and blend it a little. I'm tempted to spray it a little bit. Let me grab actually a paper towel and let's just spray this a little and see what we get. All right, we've let it sit for a minute and let's come and take a little of that wetness off and just see what happens. There are some very interesting markings in here now. Better. I think that is a little better. Now what I thought we'd do, I went and looked in my fabrics and I found a piece here that the lighting is so weird in here. Some of these colors go with this. If you notice the browns, and believe it or not, the different colors of Salvage Patina are in here. It's not showing up 100% well. So what I thought maybe we could do maybe put this right here. Yeah, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my Fabrifix here. Not worried about thoroughly saturating this with glue because I am going to end up taking it to the sewing machine and kind of sewing around all the edges. So I just want enough glue to hold this sucker still when I sew. And we'll turn it over and see if we can't get it put on here evenly, and then turn it over like this and just kind of rub. We're gonna smoosh that glue in there. Talk about smoosh. It just reminded me, I had a friend who used to have a cat named Smooshy. Anybody want to guess what kind of cat it was? Smoosh. It was the kind of cat that has that smooshed face. Persian? I think that's right. Persian? All right, so we've got this on here, and my thought is I will go and sew around the edges, and then, let's see, make sure it's not upside down. It will be a little journal. This will be the outside, and that'll be the inside. I wanted to play with one more. How about we use the other half of what we just used, and what do we do with this one? Hang on, let me grab some more oxide sprays. All right, so for this one, I'm gonna use this stencil, and I'm gonna use this texture paste I was telling you about that has sparkle in it. It is by Tim Holtz and Ranger. And then I found tea dye and antique linen, and I thought we could play with those. So, and this is gonna have a little bit different outcome because of it being a different type of paste. I hope you know what I'm trying to say. Here we go, tea dye and antique linen. Give it a little spray. Now, is that enough to get it to run a little? Not really. And I think I do want some dark up there. Oh, you know what? Maybe down here too, in the corner. So now this one has to dry. Well, this is not completely dry, but almost. It's getting close. But do you see what I see? Do you see that purple? What in the world? I see a little orange. That is the craziest thing. I'm not going for purple as much as I love purple. I'm not going for orange, even though I like orange. I was going for different shades of browns. So I had an idea that I thought maybe we would try. All right, I've got these, Rusty Hinge and Walnut Stain. Now, I don't know. This may turn orange. I have no idea. Let's just try this. All right, all right. We're going to put a little here. Oh, yeah, that's orange. No, 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 no. I don't want orange. However, maybe let's get a little walnut stain here. And what about frayed burlap? What is that? Now, I don't want Rusty Hinge. We already know that because I don't want orange on this. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to actually grab some coffee dyed paper. I'm going to get this wet. Just use my finger and rub it around. And I think what we'll do is we'll take this page and dip it in there to pick that up. Why waste it? You never know. I might need a little orange one of these days. sure I get it all, because I'm not going for the orange. That's kind of cool on there, but it definitely is orange. So set that aside to dry. Now these two here, what I thought, maybe mix them together a little bit. And where's that purple? Right there? Rub that purple in there. I don't know that that's going to fix the problem, but we'll try. It looks like it's making a muddy mess, right? And that's what I want, is mud. Browns. Not orange. Browns. Okay. Who knows what that's going to do, but we'll let it dry. Now this here, I'm going to come back with this piece of paper, and I'm going to wipe that up. No sense in wasting yummy Distress Oxide colors. Okay. Woohoo! Now that's a brown for sure. And what's left, I'm going to go ahead and spray with water and clean it up with my paper towel that, by the way, I will let dry. And eventually I will use it as collage extra. I have this gold stuff. I need more. Can't remember for the life of me where I got it. I'm going to get it wet. And we're going to get this little paintbrush here and just stir it all up to get it loosened, because it was dry. It dried. And what I want to do is add a bunch of gold to this. Just splatters and flicks and different thicknesses and sizes over the whole thing. We have our gold splatters. And then, again, this needs to dry because I've made a mess. Let's see if we can get some of this gold cleaned up. Oh, some of it's dried already. Wow. I wonder if my heat gun works. Let's see. Yep. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to dry this. All right, there is just a lot of light colored and purple in this. I'm not sure what to do other than try one more thing. Black soot. And I think I'll stir it with this. And it is kind of a gray. I am going for grungy on this one. And it doesn't really want to splatter very well. A little bit. But not really like I'm wanting it to. And dip. All right. How about we'll just do like this again. Who knows? Move it around. Okay, that's not quite enough. So now I have another idea. Now, it is directly on here. Let's just go to town and spray. Oh, wow, it's reactivating some of that. And we're gonna see if we can get it to run a little. This does need to dry, but I'm not gonna lie. Before it does, I'm coming in with gathered twigs. Now this needs to dry yet again. While that finishes drying, I found this fabric. So a lovely viewer, subscriber, sent me this fabric in Happy Mail, and it is so yummy. What is it? I can show you. It is by Free Spirit Presents Glyphs by, I can't read it. There we go. No clue. So, what I thought we would do is the very first thing I'm going to come and do is I'm going to tear off this edge and then open this up some, and since this is not thoroughly dry, I do need to be careful. I'm going to line it up here and here, and then I'm going to take my scissors and just do a little cut here and a little cut here. And then I'll rip it, because I don't know about you, but sometimes I like torn edges. More often than not, I like torn edges. And that hopefully is the right size. Let's lay it out and see. Oh, I should have ripped this edge too. I've got a little piece here coming off, but let's see. Maybe it'll be just enough room to rip some more off. There is. Okay. So maybe right about there. Please work. Please work. All right. Well, we got that. Okay. Yes. Woohoo. All right. So that'll be the inside of this cover. And it's not directional, so I don't have to worry about that. So I will, I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper and wipe that yuck off. And I will come and just get some glue on this so that when I sew it, again, it just stays in place and I don't have to fight it. And then we'll turn it upside down and see how close can we get it to perfection. Okay, this way and rub. All right, when that finishes drying, which it's looking pretty cool, I went ahead and I sewed around the edges of this with a simple zigzag stitch. So that is the inside, and that's the outside. That's the back. So that'll be fun to add some signatures to, and maybe maybe a little bit of something on the front. I'm not sure yet, so I'm gonna have to sit on it and wait to decide. And then this one, if we've got it like that, this one will be kind of grungy, yummy grunginess. And I will go ahead and on this one, I'll sew a straight stitch around the edges, and then still using that straight stitch, I'll just come back and kind of go a little bit wonky to double it. And these will probably just have one signature with maybe 20 pages in there, maybe 18, somewhere around there. So there we are. That's all I wanted to do was play and attempt to make a journal cover out of our Masterboard. And I think we did that. We played and experimented, and we made 2 journal covers. Woohoo! If you would like either one of these journal covers, go ahead and email me and let me know. But otherwise, I'm going to finish sewing this, and then I'll work on putting some pages in as a signature, and then I'll debate from there. So I shall see you very soon. Have a great afternoon. Could you give this video a thumbs up and comment below? You have no idea how much that helps. Thank you. Enjoy your day, and God bless.